Hello, my fearless seekers. Welcome in. My name's Amanda. This pick a card tarot reading is going to be for those who feel a little unclear on their path right now, or are pausing at a crossroads, unsure of which way to go, which direction to take. By the end of this reading, you'll understand how to meet change and choice with confidence and lean into what feels most aligned for you with a little more self-trust. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. You have 4 piles to choose from today. Pick one or listen to all 4. Timestamps and everything you need to know about me, my channel, or my Patreon page are in the description. Trust your gut, pick your path, and let's get into it. Hello, my Soul Path 1. Welcome in. You chose transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. I feel like there has been a significant chapter in your life that is closing. I feel like there is a lot that is or will be released in this process. But this could also be internal shifts as well when it comes to your identity or the way in which you earn money, relate to people as well. So there could be a lot that is happening in this space, but I feel like whatever it might be and why, it is because you have outgrown something or you've grown tired of something. So now this is your moment to transform, transmute, to shift the energy into something that maybe feels a little more inspiring. So let's just take a peek at your compass on how to navigate this transformation. Let's look at your north, what you currently know, even if you don't trust it yet. What is within your awareness? You have the moon in reverse. What's emerging with the east, even if it's subtle? What is emerging through this space? 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So far, so good. What is or could support you right now? The Knight of Swords in reverse. We like that. Although you might not like that. What to release, accept, or integrate with the West. Page of Wands. Okay. So in this space, 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck there. We won't keep that out, but we will consider that. I feel like there has been something that you are moving on from. Maybe facing a difficult truth or communicating a difficult truth, maybe receiving a difficult truth that you've had to process. This could really cut to the heart, or there's something that is cutting to the heart of a matter. So getting straight to it and not beating around the bush. So what you know currently, even if you don't trust it yet, is that you may be coming out of a very dark period of life. And again, I kind of got that with the transformation energy, where you're being risen again from the ashes, if you will. This is Phoenix rising energy. And I feel like a new pathway is emerging very slowly. I almost wonder too if some new inspiration or some new energy is returning on the other side of this. I feel like there was a lot of questions about your identity, a lot of questions about where you were going, even your conditioned beliefs being challenged by your intuition, and those things maybe not playing well with each other. I feel like you have dismantled a lot of things that no longer served you in your life, and you're kind of moving towards this new landscape, if you will, with maybe some more self-trust, but a lot more intuition, if anything. I feel like you are now taking steps towards something new, but there's a lot of unknowns about what this new actually is and what it might look like. So right now you're in this interesting liminal space where you know the old has to go. You know the things that you've outgrown or that you no longer align with or resonate with has to be released. But at the same time, you're still in this integration or rebuilding phase of not really knowing what's next. The 5 of Pentacles in the reverse in your east position. What is emerging, even if it's subtle? Again, this reflects the moon energy in reverse, where there's a lot of lack, scarcity, a lot of maybe financial or health struggles that you are coming out of. I feel you're coming out of the dark. Maybe you're seeking help or have sought help in this regard so that you're not doing something alone. You don't feel isolated. You are supporting yourself, but there could also be others here supporting you in this journey. And that is what's currently emerging, is that you are realigning to some new values here. And this is helping you move out of this scarcity or a lack of abundance, or not feeling as good as you possibly could, maybe not having the strongest financial situation to support your way forward. So that is something that is emerging and that is shifting with this darkness now coming to an end. I feel like that part of your life is also coming to an end, because I feel you've learned something significant about yourself. And this could very well be internal beliefs. And the internal beliefs that were keeping you small, that were keeping you stuck, or in a situation that was unhealthy or prevented your growth, maybe even isolated you to some degree. The Knight of Swords in reverse for what is or what could support you right now tells me that this is a time to take your time. This isn't a time to be impulsive, to not think about consequences for action. This is really slowing things down. So if you find yourself feeling like you need to rush, if you need to kind of ease the discomfort, there could be some nervous system activation going on. So there's a deep sense of feeling unsafe in this liminal space. This is a time to slow things down and not to react from that space, but to find practices that allow you to be present and ground yourself, rather than acting out or reacting to ease some kind of discomfort, whether that's, I feel like this is more of a mental discomfort than anything. But also it could be, your body giving you the sense that you are unsafe. That it's not okay to be stagnant. It's not okay to not be productive. It's not okay to not know what's next. It is okay. And you are safe in this moment. The Page of Wands in the West of what to release, accept, or integrate is accepting this new path, allowing it to inspire you, getting curious about what can be built in this space. Now that you have gone through the difficult process of dismantling whatever you've dismantled here, releasing whatever you've released, whatever you've rewritten, this is fertile ground for the new to begin. This is somewhat of a blank slate for you to create from a place of inspiration and intuition, something that you can really feed and something that feeds you on a soul level. Now, this means that from this seed stage, you cannot see in the physical sense what's being built here, what will be built, but you can only go by what you envision, what you intuitively feel is correct for you to build or create or to plant in this moment. So that is also why to not rush this, is because there is an intentionality and an awareness and a mindfulness that is absolutely required in this space, so that whatever you are building from here out is done with intention, done with patience and inspiration. So this is what I have for you today, my Soul Path 1. If this hit home and resonated, share in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss the next reading. And if you feel called to explore these themes more deeply, you're welcome to join me over on Patreon. That's where I share extended reflections and deeper context around the energies we're working with over there, turning this insight into real life action. Remember, you're not here to wait for your future, you're here to create it. I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, my Soul Path 2. Welcome in. You chose unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So you could be facing a bit of an unknown future, or stepping into unknown territory, stepping outside of a comfort zone and feeling a little uncomfortable. Now, this person is walking through a wooded forest, which can be a little scary, but also is walking through it in the dead of winter. So it almost feels like there's a bit of a void that you're stepping into, and you are walking on, you are exploring, you are making all kinds of discoveries, but it could very well feel stagnant, like there's currently no life there, or that you are feeling a little stagnant and not really knowing what to do in this space or how to navigate it. Now, I do feel that you have the wisdom and the support that you need to move through this unknown territory. And this almost feels like an opportunity for growth for you, to expand on some kind of skill, maybe even deepen your knowledge. Self-knowledge is what I'm hearing. So let's look at your compass now. Let's see what your north looks like. What you currently know, even if you don't trust it yet. What you currently know, even if you don't trust it yet. There you go. Hanged Man in reverse. This is that void. This is that surrender. This is that pause, that dead space, and that feeling of, I don't want to be here because I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. But because the Hanged Man is in reverse, you might not know it or trust it yet, but you are gaining some kind of enlightenment or wisdom in this space. And that is what is emerging. What is and what could support you right now. The Judgment. Whew. Let's see if you get 4 out of 4 major arcanas here. That's West. What do you need to release, accept, or integrate? King of Cups in reverse, with the Queen of Cups in the upright. So, and that is at the bottom of the deck. This could be very well an emotional place for you as you're navigating this. You may have lack of confidence and feel like it's beyond your scope of knowledge, but it's showing you something. It is helping you learn something in this process. And again, just with the Hanged Man, it is dissolving some kind of illusion that you can't do something or you don't have what it takes to do something. With the Hermit here, this kind of reflects the person in the card with the staff. It's as if, you're gaining some kind of wisdom, you're gaining some kind of knowledge, maybe about your North Star, about what feels true to you, about what feels correct. And this may be a moment to reflect on what you're dreaming about, what you would like to manifest in your life. And this Hermit is a very subtle energy. It is something that is quiet. It is introspective. It is humble. And so that is what is emerging in this space, is this humility to be in it and to be okay in the zone of discomfort, to be okay in the void, of knowing that you have what it takes to move through it and that you're not here forever, you're not stuck. That something is emerging eventually. It just may not be right now. So what is and could support you right now is the Judgment. This is listening to that call and not resisting what is in front of you, whether it's a change or whether it's a calling, a purpose, something that feels very heart-led, soul-led. This Judgment is here to give you the green light, to tell you that you are supported and that fully surrendering to this experience, not controlling the outcome, not controlling the results, but only controlling what you can control in the situation, is going to move you forward, help you rise above the challenges, and help you navigate through the challenges. Now, this is Phoenix rising energy. It is death and rebirth, transformation. Something is being renewed within you. And that could be many things. Because you have 3 major arcanas, there could be a lot going on, a lot happening within you at the same time, and that is reflecting in your external. And what to release, accept, or integrate with the King of Cups in reverse. You kind of have to take the emotion out of it for the moment. Because I feel you want to feel a certain way in this experience. And it's not meant to be a romantic experience. It's not meant to be comfortable. It's not meant to be easy, because that's not how growth occurs. It doesn't happen in our comfort zones. It happens in discomfort zones. So by accepting the fact that this could be an emotional time, or others could be emotional around you, this isn't to be overwhelmed or get swept away with those emotions. Let's see if I can articulate this a little bit better. So this unknown territory card, we see the dead of winter here. We see snow, which is frozen water, which is crystallized water. And so I feel that this is about freezing those emotional impulses, freezing those feelings that might overwhelm you, freezing the need to make it feel better, whether for you or others, and just allow it to be. It's about not allowing the emotions to rule this experience, to still have the emotions, but not give them full court in how you respond, how you react, how you make decisions. And this hermit is also in snow. So this is almost getting above the emotions, getting space between the emotions and the movements. You need to still spend time with those emotions, to process them, to understand them, to create space for them, but to not let them rule this experience, to not let them be the main factors in your decision. Consider them, feel them, and then discern whether or not they have a place. So it's seeing a bigger picture beyond this current moment. So that is the message I have for you, my dear Soul Path 2. If this hit home and resonated, share in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss the next reading. And if you feel called to explore these themes more deeply, you're welcome to join me on Patreon. That's where I share extended reflections and deeper context around the energies we're working with over there every month, helping you turn this insight into real life action. Remember, you're not here to wait for your future, you are here to create it. I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, Soul Path 3, welcome in. You chose Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. So whatever you're doing at this moment, I feel it is very heart-led, very soul-centered, maybe even intuitive or spiritual as well. Yeah, there's something about wisdom here that you are sharing with others or are receiving, or both. So maybe you are on a new voyage at this time. We have Fool energy at the bottom of the deck, so that could be something there. We'll see if he comes out. So let's look at your compass right now, what you know, even if you don't trust it yet. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. What's emerging, even if it's subtle, with the East. The Magician, I love that. What is supporting you, or what could support you right now, with the South. We're going to put that one back. We have the Seven of Wands in the South position, and in the West, what to release, accept, or integrate at this time. With the Hierophant. Okay. So, out of curiosity, bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. There could be a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, a lot of things trying to keep you where you are, and that could be why this Knight of Pentacles is in reverse. There's a lack of movement here. So what you know is that you feel stuck. And maybe some practicalities are getting in your way, some details are getting in your way. But also, too, maybe those limiting beliefs are kind of saying, no, not this way. This way is too scary. Maybe there's a thought of, well, what if you fail? And what if this doesn't work out? When we are moving towards something, especially in careers that are more heart-centered or heart-focused, there is no real guidebook because we are doing it based on our own intuition. And that can be really tough to find momentum in because there is no rule book to follow. There is no path. I mean, we can take pieces from other people's stories or paths, but we can only take that so far. And the rest has to come from our own heart, our own mind, our own soul. And that can be a scary thing. That's when the doubts get loudest and the fears get loudest because there is no guarantee of success. And that may be a false sense of security because is there such scenario where there is 100% guarantees and security? Even if we have a 9-to-5, we could get laid off from that job. The company could close or go bankrupt. So there is no 100% guarantee with anything that we do in our careers. I do feel that this is a career for many of you. And I feel that things have stalled because maybe your limiting beliefs are getting in the way and the fears are getting louder. The doubts are getting bigger, more expansive. And so there could be a turning back, a redirection, a stopping altogether of, I don't think I should do this. But what is emerging, even if it's subtle, is that there is some creator energy here. This is bringing spirit into matter and using the resources that you have right now to start creating the business, the career of your dreams, of whatever is in your heart. Everything doesn't have to be exactly as you want it to be in this moment for you to actually start walking that path. Just use what you have and start taking those small steps forward, even if you have the doubt, even if you have the fear. And what's supporting you, or what could support you right now, is, I'm hearing get up and go. This boldness to do it anyway, in spite of other people's opinions, other people's suggestions. Not to say you can't consider those, but don't necessarily take them to heart. What is your heart telling you? And that is part of this energy, is to be bold in your actions, to face this test with great courage. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your ideas. Have faith that you will get there, even if you can't see the big picture yet, even if you feel so far away from where you want to be. That's okay. Start now, because in a year from now, in 5 years from now, you're going to look back and understand how far you've come and how much you've achieved. And you will be glad you started. So the strongest message I'm getting is start small, start bold. And what to release, accept, or integrate is the wisdom that you're gaining with this, but also I'm getting structure. With the Hierophant, there's a way to do something. There's a consistency with that. There's a ritual, there's routine. Don't be afraid of structures and boundaries because they will support your growth. We actually talked about that. And we are talking about that on my Patreon page right now for the month of February, how structures, boundaries, and limitations, while they may seem restrictive, they can actually be the supportive thing that propels you forward. So if you are feeling scattered, or if you are feeling like you don't know where to start or how to start, give yourself a boundary, a limitation, or a structure to work within. Eliminate everything else and focus on that thing for a consistent period of time. It's going to look different for everybody, but I feel like, especially at the outset of this, I feel like this is a new endeavor that you've already started taking steps towards, but are realizing that you don't have enough or that you are doubting yourself at this point in time. So that is the moment to kind of double down on your idea, on what you want to bring to life, and give it structure so that it doesn't scatter. So your energy doesn't scatter. So your time isn't wasted on things that will not propel this idea forward. And do it in spite of that inner critic. Do it in spite of the external critics or the people that are maybe kindly giving you advice and guidance so that you don't fail, but maybe providing more doubt than is necessary right now. So again, limits and boundaries of be mindful of what you take into consideration and how you apply or integrate that information, that wisdom, and whose guidance you're actually going to take. So being very discerning, being very selective about what kind of information or knowledge you accept to be true, what you believe to be true, what you allow into this process. So this is the message I have for you today, my Soul Path 3. If this is home, share in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss the next reading. And if you feel called to explore these themes more deeply, come and join me on Patreon. That's where I share extended reflections and deeper context around the energies we are working with over there every month, turning these insights into soul-led action. Remember, you're not here to wait for your future. You are here to create it. I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 4. Welcome into your reading. Stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. This feels very Hierophant energy, but you'll notice that this person is leading people. So I feel like this new path is you taking all of the knowledge that you have gained in your own life experience and helping others navigate this path, giving them the light, not telling them what to do, not telling them how to walk the path, but giving them the power or the confidence to move forward, to take some kind of path. So yeah, that's really powerful energy. I feel you're leading people in some way, or will if you don't already know that. But you are stepping into some kind of powerful energy here. And you are maybe noticing or observing your strength. And if you don't know that yet, then maybe this path is exactly where you need to be in order to step into that. So you could be in a very dark and scary place, but you are at the edge of this power. You are at the edge of that comfort zone, but that growth and that power lies just beyond that. So you're stepping into that, I feel. So let's see your north, what you know already, even if you don't trust it yet. 10 of Wands. So there could be some healing aspects to this journey, or a releasing of some kind of burden, maybe many burdens in your life, offloading some kind of responsibility, other people's responsibilities. And that's something that you may need to acknowledge if you haven't already acknowledged that and are actively working towards that. Reversal energies can be about inactive energies as well that need to be addressed. So this could be something in your subconscious that is saying, where in which area of your life do you feel like you're carrying too much or doing too much? And maybe you've reached a point of burnout or are kind of teetering on that edge, which is all the more reason why you might need to offload some responsibilities that are either other people's or not necessarily a priority moving forward. So East, what is emerging, even if it's subtle? We have the 3 of Wands in reverse, so another reversal wand energy. I'll just get the rest out on the table here. What is and what could support you right now? The Page of Cups in reverse, and what to release, accept, or integrate with the West. What to release, integrate, or accept. Temperance with the 2 of Wands. Okay. All right. I kind of have a feeling of what might be going on here. 8 of Cups, the bottom of the deck here. So it's definitely a new journey. But this new journey, if I can speak, is going to require you to release something, release an emotional attachment to something. This could be an emotional attachment to who you think you are, and what you can achieve. So rather than just seeing yourself achieving a certain amount of things, there's something more. So there's something beyond this moment, this identification of who you are. There's definitely something bigger, more expansive. Allowing yourself to release the things that maybe aren't emotionally fulfilling or satisfying. And this could be with your career, where you live, could be in connection to others as well. So it's almost like you're doing something, but you feel like something is missing. And I feel like this is the path to figure out what that missing piece is. And you'll notice with stepping into power and this 8 of Cups, both have a staff and both are on quests. So I feel this is going to be an individual quest before it becomes a collective one. So 3 of Wands in reverse here. This almost feels like you're going to come up against a bit of frustration here. And that frustration is not an indication of failure. It is not an indication you are not on the right path. It is an indication that you are possibly not aligned with what it is you want to achieve here, or you're not thinking big enough, that you're limiting what's possible for you. And so this person is standing on the shoreline, waiting for things to happen, observing, being patient with that process, having done some work already and putting that effort in, wanting to see growth, wanting to see that expansion, wanting to see those manifestations come to life. But in the reverse, there can be this frustration of, why isn't it here? I've maybe done the work. Why isn't it here? Because I feel there's something bigger at play that wants to be embraced, that wants to be integrated. There's something about alchemy and where you're setting your sights. With the Page of Cups in reverse, I feel like what will support you is to connect with an inner child, maybe your creativity, or the dreams you once had as a child. That may be helpful to this journey of, rather than pushing forward, maybe in the way that you've done in the past, rather than maybe ignoring this or avoiding it, if you find yourself in that space and hitting frustration, it feels like a stepping back into creativity, of flow, of allowing your dreams to carry you, allowing your heart to carry you more. What have you been putting off? What have you been putting away, putting on a shelf for later, metaphorically speaking, that you can start to revisit? That could be this missing piece. And it's interesting that we have the 8 of Cups at the bottom of this deck. This person is in search of fulfillment. It's like, yeah, this on the surface, it looks good, it feels good, but there's something missing. There's an element missing. I'm going to go on this quest to figure out what that is. That Page of Cups feels like that missing piece, where it's maybe about finding peace, finding inner peace, finding your creativity again, finding what lights you up, finding that inner child that has been put aside or put away because there's adult responsibilities to tackle. One does not eliminate another just because you're leading with the heart or you're Finding time for creativity or self-expression doesn't mean that you have to ignore all of your adult responsibilities. This is about finding balance. So that's what's needing to be integrated rather than rushing forward into manifestation and creation and end results and putting in the work and burning yourself out and then getting frustrated that nothing is working. This is about tempering that energy of bringing in a little bit of that playfulness, that flow, that imagination, those possibilities, and pairing that with action, of alchemizing the tasks, the responsibilities, the efforts that may not feel good, and understanding maybe why you took them on in the first place. What is the underlying root of that? And alchemizing that into something that's useful, something that's beneficial, something that is more healthy, that will create more inner peace, that will help you find more balance emotionally, maybe. And another number 2, this is about aligning your choices to those bigger possibilities, to what maybe your inner child has to say, allowing them to have a say in something. This could have to do a lot with healing as well, because the 10 of Wands in reverse, the Temperance, can speak to that, where it is this healing journey of alchemizing the not so nice things about our experience in life and trying to transmute that into something. That takes time, that takes patience. And there's also something here about alignment too. So there could be something you have to align yourself to a little bit more. And maybe that Page of Cups has some ideas on how to do that. So rather than forging forward because you feel you should, or because maybe other people feel you should, what do you feel is correct, the correct thing to do? What feels inspiring to you? What feels healthy for you? And I'm also getting with this card, stepping into your power, that maybe this is about you leading yourself rather than someone else. This higher self, this hermit that has gone through this experience, that has the wisdom. What does that individual have to tell you about this path? So again, it's that stepping back to reconnect with that higher self, that inner child, and to assess, what is it that I'm doing here? Why am I doing it? Where's the purpose? Where's the drive coming from? What's missing? And you'll find that when you step back to evaluate your choices, to ground yourself in the current reality of the situation, understanding what needs to change, and start slowly making those changes. How does it feel to not be productive, to not take on the weight of the world or the responsibilities of other people? What happens when you say no, when you push back, when you create boundaries around your time and your effort? How do you create a sense of peace for yourself? And if you don't, then why? So I feel there's a lot of questions to answer in this space. So I'm going to leave that here with you to sit with. And that is the message that I have for you today, my Soul Path 4. If this hit home and resonated, share in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss your next reading. And if you feel called to explore these themes more deeply, you're welcome to join me over on Patreon. That's where I share extended reflections and deeper context around the energies we're working with over there. And we do talk about boundaries, limitations, and structure in the month of February. So come on over. I'd love to have you. We will take these insights and turn them into real life action. Remember, you're not here to wait for your future. You're here to create it. I'll see you in your next reading.